Classes are very useful, but are they essential? Some very popular programming languages, such as C, don't support classes. Here's a fun experiment. Try to replicate the functionality of a class with other language features such as functions and collections. Even if we find that classes aren't strictly necessary, classes can be more convenient or aesthetically pleasing. For example, the code may be more organized or become easier to read and maintain. In the next and last chapter, we will discuss another powerful feature of classes called inheritance. Let's walk through an example program. LWPython parses the person class at lines 1 through 7. The person class has an init method or constructor at line 2. It also has an age in months method at line 6. LWPython records both methods in the class map. Python sees a location class definition at line 8. Location class has a constructor at line 9. Now the class map has two classes, person and location. Next, Python executes line 13, which is an assignment. Python first evaluates the person class constructor call on the right. A new person object is created and added to the object store. The reference to this object is stored in variable John. Next, Python executes line 14, which is another assignment. Python once again evaluates the person class constructor call on the right. A new person object is created and added to the object store at index 1. The reference to this object is stored in variable Mike. Next, Python executes line 15, which is another assignment. This time, Python evaluates the location class constructor call. A new location object is created and added to the object store at index 2. The reference to this object is stored in variable birthplace. Next, Python executes line 16, which is another assignment. Python again evaluates the location class constructor call. A new location object is created and added to the object store at index 3. The reference to this object is stored in variable home. LWPython sees another assignment in line 17, but this time, the expression on the right retrieves an object's attribute. Python first evaluates birthplace.city. Birthplace is Python reference 2. Thus, Python retrieves the object at index 2 of the object store. The city attribute of this object is Seoul. Python stores Seoul in variable birth city. Next, LWPython executes line 18, which is home country equals home.country. The country attribute of the home object is United States. Thus, the entry home country and United States is added to the variables map. Next, LWPython executes line 19. This expression is more complex, but we have seen all of this before. The two getAttr operations are evaluated first, and the results are added. John.age is 25. Mike.age is 36. Then LWPython pops the two values from the value stack and adds them. Python stores the sum of 61 in total. Finally, LWPython executes line 20. This assignment adds Mike's age and 4 and stores the sum in John's age. Mike's age is 36, and 36 plus 4 is 40. So Python is going to set John.age to 40.